Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Welcome to the Suit Up Geeks podcast. Please go give us a follow on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. Today, we are breaking down the series premiere of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're going to break down our favorite moments, give it a grade, talk about our favorite moments and all the above. And joining me today is my man, AJ. You know him on Twitter at AJ_Geek5s. What's going on, AJ?
What's up? I'm ready to talk Falcon and Winter Soldier. So excited.
Let's go, baby. We also, all right, let's take care of business first. First up, just want to say a quick thank you to the GOAT Movie Podcast. Lo and I joined the GOAT Movie Podcast a few days ago, previewing Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was a terrific time. Please be sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel and on Twitter, GOAT Movie Podcast. Also, big news today. We are giving away the Falcon and the Winter Soldier card here. We have a, thanks to Steve's Cards and Collectibles, we are giving away this Anthony Mackie Falcon card, which is encased, and it does have a piece of fabric that he wore from Captain America Civil War. So we put out some tweets, some giveaways. We will be revealing the winner of this card momentarily towards the end of our show. Without further ado, spoiler, guys. We're going to really be deep diving into this episode. AJ, lead us off, man. What was your just main reaction with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series premiere?
It was a perfect premiere for me. It's just crazy how we went from Winter Soldier to Civil War to this right now. I think it was a great, what is it called? A great way to explore what Anthony Mackie's character is doing, Bucky is doing, and preparing us for a new era of comic book movies and series as well. So I think it was a great way to start us off.
My first reaction, well, I go back. Before we get into this, I go back because how Avengers Endgame wrapped up Tony Stark and Steve Rogers' just character arc was so masterclass, so perfect. And after we haven't had a lot of MCU content, and before WandaVision came out, I was like, how the hell is Kevin Feige going to top the character development that we saw over the last 10 plus years? And man, am I wrong, man. You never doubt Kevin Feige. WandaVision had terrific character development with Scarlet Witch and Vision. We have Shane joining. What's going on? Thanks for joining. You look at this show, which really was an unbelievable series premiere. It showed you up front the quality of action we're going to be getting, which is movie quality. Man, I don't know about you, AJ, but I was watching that the first 10 minutes of this, and there were so many Winter Soldier vibes from just seeing Sam just jump out of an airplane.
Yeah, the pure action and the score, it felt like Winter Soldier, a lot like it.
Henry Jackman is back. I didn't even know that until I watched the premiere this morning. That was a really cool nod. Keeps you kind of grounded. And that's really one of the key words here is how they were able to kind of make Sam and Bucky these grounded characters. They might be Avengers, but holy crap, did the show do an effective job at giving you that 10 minutes of that action set piece that you want and love. But really, the nuts and bolts of this show is deeply rooted into a lot of adult themes that we're going to be exploring in this series moving forward. Depression, grief, isolation. You have Sam, who's following the legacy of Captain America. Those are huge shoes to fill. Then you have Bucky, who's dealing with the trauma in his past. You look at WandaVision. That series thrived when it was tackling these adult themes, and this show seems to be following suit. So also joining us now.
Cap is back, baby.
Always killing it over there.
That is my cap. That is my cap right there. What's going on, Lo?
Good day, gentlemen. It is a fine Friday indeed. Wow, I literally just finished watching the episode, and so much to dig into, man. What I missed, guys?
We were just talking about the action was like movie quality. It felt like I just wish I was sitting in a movie theater eating a bucket of popcorn with the surround sound where you see Falcon going in and out of that aerial sequence. It was terrific. And then we just talked about how the series is kind of more deeply rooted and grounded, aided by that Henry Jackman film's score, and just going to be really tackling some adult themes from Bucky's trauma to Sam taking the mantle and what that means, accepting his destiny, essentially. So, Lo, what were some of your initial reactions to the show? We also got Kyle joining. What's going on, Kyle?
Welcome to the show, everyone watching and everyone in the comments. Hello. Honestly, and this goes back to WandaVision. I mean, of course, action's fun and all, but what really moves me is when they dig deep into the characters, like you were touching on, Dibes. And honestly, my favorite moment was Bucky connecting with the older gentleman in Brooklyn. And unfortunately, we do a spoiler alert already?
Yes, I did. Yes.
So unfortunately, Bucky killed his son. Yeah. And I thought that was not only a hauntingly tragic way to come amends with things you've done, but also a really good way for us as an audience to connect more with Bucky, because Lord only knows how many people the Winter Soldier has actually killed. Mm-hmm. And one can only imagine like the demons in Bucky's mind. So I thought that was really well done of the director and the writers to portray Bucky's trauma in that way. Yeah. And I thought it was kind of fun with the therapist, how he was kind of snarky and kind of having fun with it, but at the same time, like there's that underlying darkness, she said it really well, where she said, like, these rules are in place because the world does not want to see you go back to where you were. And we all know where Bucky's mind is when he hears those 9 words in Civil War, right? Yeah. Furnace and Homecoming. And so anyways, really effective episode. I mean, of course, the action, like you said, guys said earlier, was top notch, but I really liked digging into Bucky's backstory there.
The one thing that I feel like the MCU does perfectly is what you were saying earlier, having comedy, but it's deeply rooted within the horror of their psychology. You can tell that the maturity of the movie or series within the MCU, it's right on par with the comedy. And they use comedy to just make everything a little bit lighthearted, even though within the series it's all like really dark, and I feel like they do it perfectly even.
Yeah, I love how that revelation that when Bucky killed his new friend's son was just absolutely heartbreaking at the end of this episode, like you said, Loretto. So just like WandaVision did, like when you're tackling these like grounded issues like grief, depression, and guilt, that's when Marvel, I think, shines the most. You saw Wanda dealing with the death of a loved one. Both Sam and Bucky immediately, you see them really kind of down and out right now. You see Sam trying to cope with Steve's final request, while you see Bucky trying to live a normal life, still having nightmares, still just wrapped over with the guilt of his trauma and past. I think that's such an effective way. We talked about this, Lo, on the Goat Movie podcast, about how to make these characters underdogs, how to heavily invest you into these characters and make you root for them to overcome what's coming. Because we didn't even see Zemo. We didn't even see, we got a glimpse of what's his name? John Walker. What was his name? Wyatt. My gosh, I'm drawing a blank. But he looks so weird without a beard. Like, that was like my take. The Captain America, when it was revealed, like, he didn't have his beard.
Oh, the U.S. agent.
Am I tripping, AJ? I thought that was Zemo that smashed up Torres' face under the mask.
I don't remember.
I mean, obviously, he's probably he could easily be somebody else. It's just I thought that was him, and I don't know. Let's not go into the theories yet. But
all right. No, we're going to be doing theories. We have Manda joining from Candace Semina. Please go check out her site, Candace Semina. She says, "Hey yo, what's going on?" She loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, good.
Loves Lowe's get up right there. What's up? What's up, Nicole? All right. I don't know about you guys. Like, my main reaction of this show, like when this show was announced, this was my number one most anticipated on the list of MCU products. I was so excited that we're gonna start to truly deep dive into these characters that really kind of were like on the peripheral. Like, you didn't really get that much, especially later in the MCU. And I watched this series premiere and I got Mandalorian vibes. I got major Mandalorian vibes. Like, when I saw the premiere of Mandalorian, I was blown away, like completely blown away. I have the same vibes with this. Like, this,
I think it's the success. I think it's because of the success they all had. This includes Zack Snyder's Justice League that came out yesterday, and WandaVision. I feel like all of their success is what reminds me of everything successfully. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I was full head over heels, like within the first like 30 minutes, and you see where this show is going. It was a slow burn. I get why some people were like maybe expecting more of a Bourne type of pace, but this is like built for me. I don't know about you, Loretto, but this show, like, to have two characters firmly built on character development and just to have this whole thing just be this character observation and tackling all these adult themes, that I just got to give so much credit to Marvel and Kevin Feige for introducing this concept. It's probably not for everyone. However, for me though, like, it is absolutely terrific. I was blown away. Any take on that, Loretto?
Yeah, I mean, all the more reason, because we did talk about the super soldier serum and whether or not Sam should have it on the GOAT movie podcast. Go follow those guys if you haven't yet. Those guys are awesome. I think humanizing Sam Wilson, because I mean, he's already a human character in my mind, but to humanize him even more, to see him and his sister get denied by the bank for a loan, that's something we can all relate to, and it's sad, and it's really, for him to be looked at as a hero, but oh yeah, you know what? We still can't help you because you have no credit and no income and all this stuff like that. And it's like, it's sad, but that's like the nature of our country, and it's very reflective of the world we live in, So I thought it was nice to humanize Sam Wilson that way.
Yeah, it just sucks for Sam. Like, he's an Avenger. He's this badass who saved the world. He's literally on the front lines, and he can't get a bank loan.
I think that speaks to the importance of why they're heroes, though.
Well said.
I think with them just doing good deeds without just wanting something else, this speaks to how kind they are and how heroic they are in general. And just they're better than most of us, because usually most of us would just beg, but they wouldn't really beg. I
want to slap the hell out of that bank dude.
Right?
He was like, Tony Stark didn't like pay you or something? Like, you son of a... And Sam even said it, AJ. He was like, a lot of it is goodwill.
Yeah.
That's the sacrifice the heroes make, they're not getting paid for that stuff.
I want to talk about Kyle's comment about noticing Sam and Bucky didn't interact at all. There was a line in this show that Sam did try to contact Bucky, and I think it was during the
therapy session.
Yeah, the therapy session. So I feel like that it was cool that Sam tried to reach out to Bucky. It just speaks to how he's trying. He's trying to be friends with Bucky, but Bucky doesn't really want it at all. And it also speaks to Bucky's trauma, saying that he wants to be alone, and all of that was in the therapy session as well. And I thought it was pretty cool.
It's very much in line with who they are, because Sam is such a loyal friend and person. So the fact that he's even reaching out to Bucky, I thought, like, I agree. I thought that was touching.
Yeah, I'm going just to piggyback off of the bank thing. Like, you nailed it, Loretto. Like, it instantly makes these characters relatable. And you look at Sam and his sister, and him dealing with the potential of his family losing their estate and the boat. And I look at, like, Sam trying to cling on to, like, some part of his past life, because you look, his best friend is gone. But wait, we need to talk about that, guys. Is Captain America dead? Like, what was your take on that? Because I was a little shocked at the beginning. It looked like from the surface that when Sam was talking to the media at the Smithsonian, they were kind of referencing that he's gone. Like, he is officially gone. Do you guys think that's the case, or is he literally like on the moon just chilling?
For me, I think he's still alive, but I don't think that he wants to be shown. I think he just wants to be alone and just live his life. So they won't really speak of him that much anymore, unless it's talking about legacy and all of that. So
yeah. Any take on that, Loretto?
Well, you're right. My first impression upon watching, very similar to Amanda's. Amanda said Cap is dead. She bawled through that speech. She thinks he's dead. I got the feeling during the speech, but at the same time, knowing the MCU, I wouldn't be surprised if old man Rogers is just sitting on a porch somewhere drinking tea. But either which way they go, I would either like to see him say farewell to Sam at some point or have a proper funeral service. I think if he is dead, I hope that one of these episodes touch on actually saying bye to Steve Rogers.
I think Kevin Feige already said that he wasn't going to be shown.
Okay.
So it might be a misdirect. So that might be a thing. But right now, he technically did say that he won't be shown in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, well.
So if there is no funeral, I don't believe that he's dead, because Captain America is an important character in the MCU, and if he doesn't get one, for me, I don't think he's dead, in my head at least. So.
We have Amanda saying she thinks Cap is dead, bawled through that speech. Watching Sam just tear up during that entire sequence was brutal, man.
See that what was it? This third scene, right? It was the third scene where he did the speech. See, if it was I think it would have been more impactful if it was during a funeral. I think that would have been more impactful. But the fact that they didn't choose to use a funeral scene in that scene just proves that he's still alive for me. So,
yeah. Well, what was the quote? He said, "Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning." As Falcon just hands the shield over to the Smithsonian. Yeah. If this episode didn't cement that Sam is worthy of taking that mantle, you guys are absolutely crazy. I thought Sam is just a pure hero and absolutely the one moving forward to take that mantle. And what was your response, guys? Let's talk about what's his face, Wyatt Russell, with his clean-shaven face. If you haven't seen Overlord, we talked about this on the Goat Movie podcast. It's a terrific movie. You watch Wyatt Russell there, just go ham. But here he's playing John Russell, and he's going to be causing a lot of chaos very, very soon. But what was your response to that, AJ? Did you react to it negatively, positively? I want to know what you thought about that.
I mean, we all knew it was coming. It was in the teaser showing that we're going to have a new Captain America or a U.S. agent, or however you want to go about it. So I didn't really react to it as much. Like most people saying, that's not my Cap. Obviously, it's not your Cap. But for me, I didn't really react to it that much.
You had Director Hayward in WandaVision, who is just the worst, just the absolute worst. And now you have this. So
I mean, he hasn't done anything yet.
I know. But it's like, how many D-bags are there in this military and government, man? Like, the list goes on.
He might not be one of them, though. He might be pretty cool. You never know.
Well,
God.
You know, I knew U.S. Agent was coming, so it wasn't so much a surprise as much of it was I liked the way the episode was written, because the real gut punch is Sam seeing the shield on someone else's arm, when the last time he saw it, the shield was encased in glass. It was supposed to be in memory of Steve, and now it's literally on someone else's arm. That must have been a slap in the face for Sam. So
no, he's going to get it back.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie, honestly, he did such a great job. Like that look on his face, you can just feel the disappointment in his own government to betray him in that way, and to dishonor Steve in a way. It was really like impactful. So
I had like some like National Treasure vibes with this episode a little bit. Like we were like a quarter of the way in. I was like, aha, he's going to steal. So you have a U.S. agent with the shield, and he knows that that's a bad fit for the shield. So you're going to see Sam and Bucky steal the shield because it's in their hands is better than in what the current hands. I feel like that's kind of like the where this is rolling towards. Amanda says the series is building up Sam Wilson so that the whole beginning wrecked me, struggling with the idea of the shield and the label of Cap. Pretty big shoes to fill there, Amanda. That's why the end of the episode upset me so much. Not my Cap hashtag. The execution was ended perfectly. And Kyle asks, you guys should talk about the current U.S. government because I think it's a huge deal now and the future Avengers are gone and the government has seemingly taken power back. So we haven't gotten into this Covian Accords because we got a glimpse of that in WandaVision. I think that's really important in this series specifically because who owns the shield? I think that is kind of going to be the main question we see moving forward. AJ, lead us off. Do you think the government did right by giving it to U.S. agent, or should that be Sam's decision, or at least Bucky's decision to make?
I think it should have been Sam's decision to make, but the fact that he gave it to the government without realizing that they were going to use it at some point, it just shows how I think he's still not ready for it. Even though, what is the word? I think as a hero, he is meant for it, but mentally he's not meant for it right now because of the pressure. He doesn't believe that he's ready for the mantle of Captain America or just being a symbol.
Yeah.
So mentally he's not ready for it. And the fact that he gave it to the government proves that. But much like what Mana said, that his growth is going to be throughout this whole season. And for me, I do believe he will have that mantle as Captain America. Final scene of the final season. I believe that. And I think that would be a cool way to end it. And since we're getting season 2, I think that would be a great way to begin season 2 with him proving that he can become Captain America. So, but going back to the government thing, I don't know. It makes sense for them to go back into power after 5 years where everybody was gone. Well, not everybody, but half of everybody was already gone. And the heroes that were there, they couldn't really do much. So they just stepped by and everything just happened. And just to see having borders, I think it was already mentioned in the second scene where Sam was chasing. I forgot what the terrorist group was called, but they were chasing them. And there's borders now, so they can't fly over and just do whatever they want. There's rules. And going on to the second, the memorial scene or whatever it's called, the passing of the torch, whatever. Sam talks about this is a new age. We need a new age of heroes, a new symbol, and maybe he's that symbol and he doesn't realize it yet, or maybe it's someone new, maybe Miss Marvel or Hawkeye or just anybody. So we'll get to predictions later, but that's all I have to say for right now.
It's his journey of self-identity. Like he's going to come to the realization that he is the next Captain America. I do firmly believe, because you look at Bucky has so many parallels to Captain America, Steve Rogers. They're both kind of out of place. They don't know where they are in time. I think that is just way too much Captain America and Bucky. But when you get to Sam and his strengths and weaknesses, like you nailed it, AJ. Like,
I don't think it's really much. I don't think it's really much about Captain America being like Bucky. I think it's actually a little bit the soldier and Bucky. it's much like what Captain America was, or I should say Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers felt throughout his entire trilogy. Just he couldn't get into grasp of peace. He always needed to stay busy. He always needed to stay in war and just everything. And Bucky's very much like that. That he doesn't know peace. He doesn't know that he wants peace. And in the therapy scene, it shows that even though he said that he wants peace, the therapist knows he's lying. He knows that he's lying.
He's conflicted.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So,
did you guys catch? I thought it was interesting when Sam handed over the shield. The guy was like, "Thank you for doing this, Sam, and you did the right thing," or something like that. Like, I didn't like the way that was phrased. Like, off bat, I was like, "Oh no!" Like, so I thought that was a big red flag, and I thought Kyle brought up an interesting point because it is really odd, especially seeing Sam on a mission with the military. It just makes you wonder, like, where are the other Avengers? Like, what is going on here? Like, and since they are gone, it would make sense that world governments would again begin to try to reclaim order, which is interesting because the episode title was New World Order.
Mm-hmm.
So that very much came into my mind of how is the world going to get back to normal without superheroes? Because obviously they're not in the limelight anymore. Like, you got Sam trying to, get a loan for his family boat, and you got to wonder where, of course, Thor is in space and Miss Marvel's doing her thing. And I mean, Captain Marvel's doing her thing. And I liked seeing Rhodey, though. That was nice to see Rhodey. But again, when you look at Rhodey and you look at Sam, they're both military guys. So it's interesting where the other heroes are and how the world views them right now.
I just see Sam with his heart. He's got that heart that Captain America, Steve Rogers, had. Amanda says they better give him the shield. Bucky has gone through too much to be Cap, to be honest. I think with the arc they're going to give him in the MCU, a sidekick would work best. Interesting.
Wait, she wants Bucky to have a sidekick?
No, she wants Bucky to be the sidekick.
That makes zero sense. Even your first thought proves that's wrong. Bucky has gone too much. Why would he be a sidekick to someone else? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about our favorite moments, and then we'll do quick grades, and then we'll kind of do final thoughts, and then we'll reveal who wins our giveaway here. AJ, what was your favorite moment of the series premiere?
Dang. I want to say the best part. All right, the moment that I was most hyped for was that beginning scene, the flight action sequence. I thought was really, really cool. But the best moment was the bank moment. I felt like that was probably one of the most important things within Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I'm gonna go to the flight sequence and then the bank scene as well.
What about you, Lo?
So I actually already mentioned it earlier. I really enjoyed not only Bucky's date, but him connecting with the old man of the son he killed. I thought that was probably one of the most like beautifully tragic scenes like in the MCU to date. It's such a deep thing to think about. When you deal with your guilt and your remorse, and Sebastian Stan so far has been brilliant. And I since I mentioned that earlier, I'll give a nod to another moment. Hats off to Adepero Aduye, who plays Sarah Wilson, Sam's sister, because
she's so good.
She is so good. And I really liked how she was like standing up to Sam, like, no, look, you don't get it. You were gone for 5 years. I was by myself. I had kids. I had the business. You were gone. And the look on Sam's face, like, damn, like, you know what? Like, you did all this on your own. And I think Sam kind of came to grips with, like, who am I to, like, try to run things right now? And I thought that was a really interesting dynamic to see Sam's sister, and she's doing a wonderful job. Between WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the acting is really, these shows would fail without good top-notch acting, and so far they've delivered.
Yeah. I thought Bucky was the highlight of this episode. As much as I love Sam, especially in that first like 15, 20 minutes, I mean, that was awesome. The introduction of that, the return of the Henry Jackman score, and realizing that you are full blown back in Captain America: The Winter Soldier was awesome. But I love the Bucky flashback scene. I love deep diving into his whole arc, showing his normal life and how much he's been struggling since all these events happened. And then that last moment when you saw like he'd go on a date and then him just really literally come to grasp with the consequences of his past. I just found that really interesting. We talked about that on the GOAT Movie podcast. Who is the better character? For me, it's Sam. But the more interesting character, the more layered character is 100% Bucky Barnes. So I loved what I saw from Bucky. I want this show to be about character development, and I love what I saw from both these guys. It was absolutely terrific. Go ahead, Lo.
Can I say something about that dream, that nightmare or whatever? Because, the first time I saw The Winter Soldier, Bucky was terrifying. Like, you hear the... Yeah. Walking in the shadow with the mask, the eyes, and it's like he was horrifying. And I love that they brought that back with that nightmare sequence, like the way he was looking at them, and like the way he hold up the guy by the neck against like through the door against the wall, and it's just like, God, they brought that back, and I really appreciated that because the Winter Soldier, in essence, he's a ghost. You don't see him until it's too late, and he tears through armies and people, and it's just like, wow, like that was a really cool moment to bring it back to the Winter Soldier a little bit.
100%. All right, let's go into grades. I'm going to throw it to you, Lo. How would you grade the series premiere?
Oh man, honestly, a strong 9. Great performances, a great, like you said, a great return to the tone. The Winter Soldier is arguably one of the most celebrated films, and for this show to be in that spirit, bring back the characters we know from that movie. Really, really well written episode. In terms of the shield, its importance in the beginning and then seeing it out of hands at the end was a perfect way to start the show. And again, digging into who Sam and Bucky are, a solid 9.5. I'll give it
9.5 from Loretto. AJ, you're up, man.
I'm gonna have to go the same 9.5.
Nice.
I just love how this show can like re-energize me, especially waking up at 3 a.m. or staying up till 3 a.m. It was really exciting to see Sam in action again. And Red Wing, we didn't really talk about Red Wing. I thought that the use of Red Wing was really, really cool. Bucky was incredible. Like you said, he has tons of layers that needs to be unpeeled or whatever. Just there's a lot to get through within 6 episodes. But the fact that these are going to be like 45 minutes plus, I feel like it's a really good time to be a Marvel fan,
Right.
comic book fan in general, to be honest. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
I gave it a 9.2. 9.5 is very gracious. I gave it a slightly less. 9.2, absolutely amazing premiere. Hit everything I wanted from this show, from the jump, that tone, the gritty, brutal fight sequences, and the character development, making you root for these characters. I just loved every second of it. You guys know how much I love Star Wars. The fact that I'm saying this is Mandalorian-esque just shows you how elite this show is, from the score to the acting, character development. Never, ever doubt Kevin Feige, ever. 9.2 for me. Let's go on to our giveaway. Should we do it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. So, guys, we are giving away a encased Falcon card that is Anthony Mackie from Captain America: Civil War. It'll be given out to the winner here. We had on our Twitter account at the Suit Up Geeks. We put out some promos for it. All you had to do was retweet and follow. So far, I found this wheel spin, and here's everybody here that retweeted and followed us at the Suit Up Geeks on Twitter. I'm just going to do this real quick just so everyone can confirm that they are in here, just so there's no bullshit. And no, sorry, Loretta, we are not in this poll. So,
oh, that's fine. This is for the people.
It's
for the people.
Tons and tons of fun. Amazing show, guys. We're going to be doing this every week. So please be sure to check us out on Twitter. Should we roll it? I think we should spin it. Here we go. Who is the winner of the Falcon card? 3, 2, 1.
That's me.
Good luck, everybody in there. Good luck. This is exciting. Got the sound too.
All right.
Batman rules.
The winner of the Encased Falcon card is Batman Rules 1994. We will be sending out a tweet in a little bit just to announce the winner. Thank you for everyone who has
Anybody else read that as like O'Doyle, like Batman Rules?
I love it. All right, let's wrap this up. Loretto, where can we find you, my man?
You can find me on the Bird app known as Twitter at Marcellus Durden. I'm also a proud contributor of Geekly Goods. Check us out at geeklygood.com. Lots of fun stuff in store for us. And of course, you can find us on this channel at the Suit Up Geeks on YouTube and Twitter. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. What about you, AJ? Where can we find you, man?
You can also find me on Twitter at AJ_GeeksVibes. I'm usually there all the time anyway, so shoot me a message. If you want to debate me. I'm all for it. You can also find me here. Suit Up Geeks. I love doing podcasts with you guys, so I'm here all the time.
All right. You can follow us on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. We have something fun going down. It's called oh my gosh, the Battle Room. Oh no, the Battleground is a new podcast we're going to be rolling. It's a like Cards Against Humanity type of game show where we're going to just debate. You have like a minute or two to debate who the best Batman is, and the person who is the judge of the card picks the winner. And that'll be coming down very, very soon. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Wait, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think Loretto and I will be joining Cinespection with Gabe and John coming Monday to do a little deep dive into Zack Snyder's Justice League and more Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Be on the lookout for that. Follow Cinespection on Twitter at Cinespection. And congratulations, Batman Rules 1994, man. That was well done. We'll be in touch very, very soon. Just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for following and retweeting. We'll be back for sure next Friday to do our episode 2 review. Spoiler review. For AJ, for Loretto, for myself. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.